Hi, this is Marina, and we're going to create our dreams together because it is time to speak your dreams into reality. It is time to write your dreams into reality, and it's time to visualize your dreams into reality. Even if you've done this before, even if this is something that you've gone into or whatever, the energy on the planet right now is asking you and me to get really good at creating independently from how we're feeling, from what we're thinking is or isn't going to happen in the outside world, from any stories that we've got going on, and also from the past, from how you and me grew up. There's never been a more powerful time than now for you to really create. Like, you are the portal that you've been looking for. And we're going to get activated together because I really feel that we need this right now. We're going to back ourselves with action, and we're going to have you feeling fucking fantastic, right? Because the energy on this planet is, it's really interesting. I find that it's very activating at the moment. There are more things for you and I to look at than ever before that are telling us that the energy is contracting on the planet, that things are not as abundant as they were, that things are harder, that it's going to go downhill from now. Just notice if there's any part of that energy in your sphere right now. Just notice that. Just notice. You go, oh, you know what? It's about 1%. You know what? Yeah, I have days where I go in and out of it. And that's okay. We can have that as long as we create. We can feel a certain way about the planet. We can have a particular mood. We can still be worried or concerned, and we can create at the same time. But it's going to take consistency, and it's going to take for you to really remember the ancient ways, your ancient ways. And a lot of our ancient ways are not wrapped up in doing. They're actually wrapped up in our ancient feminine power, our ancient feminine ability to receive easily, to call what we want in easily, and to actually have fun while we do it. So this time on our planet is calling you and me to become independent creators of what is or what is not happening in the outside world. And how much energy we put towards this is going to show us how quickly we move forward or how slowly we move forward. Because if we merge with the outside world, if we become what is or what is not happening in our outside world, in our bank accounts, with the job situation out there, with whatever situation you're dealing with out there, you're going to cut your power in half. You are literally going to dilute your power, which brings me to, if you grew up with narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships, difficult relationships, one-sided relationships where you gave, you gave support, you gave love, you gave understanding, you gave compassion, you gave your energy, but what you received back was toxic, and or they didn't see you, they didn't hear you, they didn't understand you. In fact, you were met with attack, you were met with blame, you were met with whatever. If you've grown up like this, or you've had a lot of experiences like this, somewhere around you is going to be that belief, or that kind of knowing that things are immovable. Because when you were living with these people, or knowing these people, or interacting with these people, it would have been immovable. Because anytime you deal with a narcissist, who wins? Hands up. Who wants to guess, right? Who wins? It's the narcissist. The narcissist always wins. The toxic person always wins. That's why we have to go no contact with them, because there is no way. They don't get it. They don't shift. They don't transform. They don't lift up with us. just notice for you, if you have had a history of not being heard, not being able to get your own way, which is the love way, right? Because you're so full of wanting to heal everything, then somewhere in you, is there also this belief that whatever you're dealing with right now, whatever you're facing right now, whatever challenge, whatever initiation, is there something in you that's saying it's also immovable? And so there's no point in desiring. I mean, I tried it for a while, it didn't really work. There's no real point in visualizing. I tried it. I mean, it works for a while, but not fully. There's no point in writing stuff down. I tried it for a while. It doesn't really work. Blah, blah, blah. Basically saying, I don't really have the power because the outside world is still more powerful than you. Correction. They may have been more powerful than you in that moment at that time, but they are not the world. They're actually not how the world works. So anywhere you are distorting how you see the world because your first experiences or your formative experiences or the biggest experiences of your life, maybe with a partner, right, has been with narcissists, that's for you to say, they may have been immovable, but what I want is not immovable. My dreams, my desires, they are achievable, very achievable. Because I'm not dealing with a narcissist anymore, right? I've walked away, toodle-pip, bye, all of that stuff. Now it's like, okay, so anywhere that you have been seeing your challenge, your dreams as immovable, just notice, oh my God, is that just an old pattern of mine? Where I could never get my own way with them. And I'm feeling like I can't get my own way now with the world, now with what I want, now with what I'm passionate about. Just notice it. Now, if you know my work, and hi for all of you that are joining, you'll know that I call it the narcissistic template, right? Where you've taken some of that experience, some of that energy with a narcissist, and now you're wrapping that template around your relationships, but are you wrapping it around your dreams as well? Where you couldn't get your own way with a narc, and now you're like, well, I don't really know if this is going to happen for me, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Let me know in the comments if this is grooving with you, if you're really feeling this, right? Because I'm seeing this right now. We are, I feel like we're being squeezed at the moment. I feel like we're in a compression corridor and we are going to be made into diamonds. Whilst we're in this compression corridor, we're being asked to really have blinkers on like a horse and to shut out the noise, to shut out the stories, to shut out our old experiences of not getting our needs met, of not being seen, of not being heard, of not being supported, of not being lucky, of not being abundant in love, of not having unconditional love, whatever it is that you didn't get in these relationships, this time is asking you to go, what if you just became the purest creator and you didn't speak about what you didn't want? And you didn't think about so much what is happening, and you focus more on absolutely creating. Because for a woman like you, for a goddess like you, for a person like you, if you've come from the opposite of that, then we've got to get into this purely creative experience. And so the first thing we want to do is go, all right, what if the energy on the planet right now is completely supporting that? What if I'm more powerful than I realize? What if anything that's in front of me that feels scary, that's waking me up at night, that feels bigger than me or more powerful than me, what if that is only showing me where I've put my power? What if that is only showing me a reflection of where I've put my power and actually how big my power is? What if that's what the narcissist was doing all along? We know that's true. Same with anything else. It's only showing us our untapped power. So this is where you and I begin. When was the last time you genuinely wrote down what you wanted, right? To actually write your dreams into reality. When you desire and you write your dreams into reality, two things happen. You open up your feminine energy, right? Because our feminine energy is what allows all of us to receive, whether you're a man, man, woman, however you want to identify, it allows us to receive. And secondly, you are literally taking the energy that you're feeling, that you're wanting, that you're desiring, and you've already put it into physical form. You've already written it down. If you've already written it down, my darling, you've already started the process of manifesting because you're already writing it. So have you written down your desires? And if you haven't, as we're talking, start writing them down right now. Just start writing, I desire this, I desire that, or I love that, I already have, ... whatever it is. And one of the practices that I'm going to invite you to do, because we've got Glow Week coming up in 10 days, right? Glow Week are my free masterclasses for you to really turn your feminine magic up so you receive easily, really put that glow back into your body. We're going to really use the wisdom of your body as a portal for you to connect deeply to your power. And we are going to really activate within ourselves that glow in a relationship. So we are number one in relationships. We get treated like a goddess in our primary romantic relationship. So we actually are not just the supporter, we're also the supported. So if this is something that you haven't joined us with yet, it's what I'm doing with my private clients. It's going to stay out for a short period of time. If you want to join, I will put the link below. Come and join us. So because we've got Glow Week happening, this is where we are going to be really treating ourselves like a goddess instead of like a narcissist would. What would a narcissist do, right? A narcissist right now would tell you it's never going to happen. They're going to drain you of energy. Anything that you do is going to be minimized or just, attacked. We don't want to be doing this to our dreams anymore. We don't want to be doing this to our dreams anymore. So if you were genuinely going to back yourself, you would start writing down exactly what you wanted. And people say to me, oh, but if you write what you want, it means you haven't got it yet. Don't worry about that. That's if you're really attached to that and that doesn't work for you, just write it as if you already have it. But being a woman, we're allowed to say, I want. You're allowed to have really big desires. You're allowed to have your desires bigger than anything. And your desiring, your wanting is part of your magnetic power to call them in. So writing down what you want is really powerful. Now, here's where it gets interesting. One of the things that I love to do is I have a little book. I don't actually have it with me here, but I have like a little sparkly book. And every morning I write down what's happened in the day ahead as if it's already happened. I also write down my desires for the day. So I'm already I'm writing my dreams into reality. So as I'm writing, I might say, I love that today I ended with more energy at the end of today than I did at the beginning. I love that somebody DM'd me. I love that I had so you could say, I love that I had a flirty conversation with a guy. I love that, blah, blah, blah. And you just basically start creating your reality every single morning, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's in your bank account, regardless of what is or what isn't happening in your outside world. There must be a portion of your day, every single day, devoted to creation. We can heal and create. We can have bad days and create. We can be feeling shit and create. We can have terrible things happen and create. We can have the best times of our lives and still want more. The feminine energy is actually to want more and bigger. And anywhere that you are not wanting that, right? That's just an old toxic program that you might be running. Clear that out. Clear that out. It's so important when you've come from people that haven't been supported, haven't been supportive, for you to genuinely support yourself every single morning. And it might just take 2 minutes. Okay. So that's a major, 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 major one. Second thing, speak your dreams into reality. So this is where you say it out loud. Because again, what are you doing? You are bringing whatever is up in the ethos down into the physical. Your body wants to hear you speak of what you want. Your body wants to hear you speaking about your dreams. If you haven't gotten what you've wanted, there can be disappointment, there can be disillusionment, right? There can be disbelief in all of it. You know what? Two things with that. One, you can feel all of that, but if there's a tiny pinprick in you that goes, and I think that this is a thing still, then do it. You're going to turn your feminine magic up to already manifest. The other thing is to drop your stories. If you are carrying any story, consciously or unconsciously, well, it's not going to happen because of the economy. Well, you know, it hasn't happened for me yet, and it probably isn't gonna. I never get what I want, or when I get what I want, it always disappoints, or it's hard, or whatever the story is, drop the stories. Can you say to yourself during the day, drop the stories, right? Whatever your name is, say your name is Sarah. Sarah, we're dropping the stories. Drop the stories, Sarah. Drop your stories, right? You can't carry a story and create. I mean, you can, it's just slower. And if you and me want to get to our higher selves quicker, we want to be creating without interference. Because so many people I know, and I was saying this, I have a course at the moment called Creatrix, right? Which is for you to create success your own way. And one of the things I was saying is that so many of us are like, yeah, you know, I'll get to my future self. But I know people that have passed away and they haven't. I know people, I mean, haven't you? So for you to get to your higher self quicker, you've got to give yourself a fighting chance, right? Drop the stories. Don't let the past tell you how the present is going to be. When you choose to create, you've got to create independently from the outside world. That means you having a daily practice that you love to do that feels great, whether you feel like it or not, because you're that important. So speaking what you want into existence, it might be a beautiful mantra that you say to yourself. You know, a lovely one that I used to do was, it just keeps on getting better and better. It just keeps on getting better and better. Like, how does that feel for you when you even hear yourself say it out loud? Yeah, we're not negating. I want to talk a little bit about spiritual bypassing. I also have to have a drink. Sorry, one sec. Spiritual bypassing is where we bypass the truth with a spiritual concept. So you might say, oh, it'll just get better. It'll just get better. And so you don't really address the truth or the root cause of the problem. You refuse to speak about it. You refuse to actually get support on it because you're too busy just chasing the light. When someone like you just chases the light, you become desperate inside because you're not actually addressing the truth. When you know how to address the truth, you turn any bad feeling, any situation, any darkness in you back into the light. So we're not negating that. We're not negating how we feel. We're not negating the need for alchemy, right? To turn our dark into the light. It's important also to say, I feel tired. This is upsetting me. I need help. I'm worried about this. Say all of that. The difference is we're not going to attach to it. We're not going to say, this is who I am. We're not going to say, well, that must mean then that I'm a failure. We're not going to say then, well, this means that everything's going to be slow, that because of the economy or because of this or that or what the governments are going to do, so then it's going to be like this. Absolutely not. Those are just stories. We're making something to mean something based on how we feel. We're not doing stories here. If you didn't carry story, you'd be straight into action, right? Which brings me to the next part, which is actually taking action, right? When you visualize your dreams into reality, and some of you will be more feelers than seers, right? I'm definitely more of a I'm getting more see, actually, I will say that, but some of you will be more of a feeler than a seer. When you, again, every day, right, you're writing, you're saying what you want, and then you just go, yeah, I see that. I can see that for me. And that might be you closing your eyes and seeing it, might be closing your eyes and feeling it, whatever your practice is. When you do that, right, you are already seeing that in that visualization, what's happening? You're taking action. We've got to take action. I see so many amazing leaders, light workers, star seeds, however you identify, and they put too much emphasis on healing. The healing needs to happen. I don't care who you are. I don't care. The healing has to happen, right? But they put too much on the healing and not enough on the creating. And part of creating is taking regular daily action. Okay, so as you write down what you want, what divinely guided action is coming from that? Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Like so many people I see, they are very, very comfortable with the inner work. And again, we talked about this on my Creatrix course, and not so comfortable with the external physical work. That means you putting yourself out there if you have a business regularly, whether you feel like it or not, whether you think it's going to work or not, regardless of any story you're carrying, because you've decided on your dream and you've decided you're going to get it. There has to be a part of you every single day that is devoted to creation. Yeah, it is devoted to you creating your dreams, not just internally, but with external action every single day. So looking at what you've written right now, what would your action be? Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. We've got all of our guides right now. We've got all of our beautiful spirit team there cheering us on. So this is you backing yourself with action. And, I was coaching a client just recently, and she was trying to get something happening in her life. And she was just feeling, we get there, we feel a bit sorry for ourselves and we get a bit lackluster and whatever. Anyway, she is absolutely going for it now. She's on fire since the session, and nothing has come yet. Nothing's come in yet. But I said to her, how do you feel? And she said, I feel amazing. I'm on fire. And she is. And so when you become that conscious creator in your own life, when you start to really see how powerful you are, that you can create anything that you want, but you've got to be consistent and devoted to yourself. You can't do it the old way, where in the past you were devoted to other people, to sort of giving all your energy away. You've got to be devoted for you. This is for people that have come from narcissistic abuse, right? Not talking about people that haven't had that experience, but I think if you're listening to me, you probably have. It's so important. Another thing I want to share with you is, if any of you have back aches, back problems, if you know me, you know that my back got scoliosis, which is like a curvature of the spine. And I look at the spine as the support, the support. It's actually you backing you quite literally. For any of you that are getting lower back aches or the middle of your back or shoulders or whatever it is, that's your sign to back you now. Anywhere that you're bleeding out energy, worrying, thinking, over-supporting, over-giving, under-receiving, whatever it is, I want you to come back and start backing you and backing your dreams. It's one of the quickest ways to heal your spine, to heal your body, to shift your relationships from one-sided, where it's all about them, back into you, and for you to actually receive easily. It is time for the real light leaders to stand up and lead. And that doesn't come from a place of being depleted. That comes from a place of you being resourced. That means you creating the life of your dreams now. And the beautiful side effect of that is, whether you believe it works or not, it does, but whether you believe it works or not, you'll just start feeling better. And for someone like you, it is so important to do that. So you are the creator of your own reality. And I want you to drop everything, the past, your stories, and get into this energy. If you want to join me for Glow Week, my free masterclass series that is starting real soon, you are very, very invited to join us. We've got women from all over the globe. And it's so interesting. Like, the one thing they have in common is that they're all the lighthouses that everyone goes to for support because they're fucking awesome and incredible. They give out a lot of energy and they want to rejuvenate now. They actually want to tap into their innate feminine energy, their feminine power, to make it easier for them to receive, for them to be treated like goddesses in their relationships, for them to create effortlessly, and for them to take divinely guided action so they really navigate their own lives now beautifully and successfully. If you are interested in that, in joining me, I'll be taking you through exactly what I take through my private clients. And it's going to be up for 10 days and then we take it down. So if you want to come into that, I'll put the link below. Invite your goddess girlfriends, because when women come together, oh my goddess, we create magic. We're going to be doing subconscious processes. We're going to be doing activations. You and me are going to literally glow. I want you feeling your own beautiful energy, your own power, and stepping into that energy, that feminine magic that you already are. Yay! All right. So, just want to see what you goddesses are writing. Hi, hello, everybody. I'm finding creating is a form of healing, cathartic. Oh my God, yes. It really is a form of healing. It really is. Photo shoot coming up. Yes. Learning the art of storytelling, have also become much more confident and embodying it. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So how many of you are going to step it up for yourself because you're that important? If you are, put it in the chat. Just put an emoji down. How many of you are going to actually really go, you know what, fuck it. I am going to leave the past behind. I am going to leave past disappointment behind. And I am actually going to pour more attention onto me, right? It is time. We're going to practice this together as well in Glow Week. This is especially for you if you're somebody that finds it so much easier to interrupt yourself all the time, spend energy on everybody else. You are the supporter, but not the supported, right? This is you serving you. Yeah. Oh my God, I love all the emojis. I love you. I can't wait to do this with you. May you literally light up now for yourself and give yourself exactly that creation of your dreams that you need. Give yourself a portion of your day every day where all you're feeling is you and your amazing dreams. I love you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Loads of love.